Hey everyone, in this video, let's talk about BlueSky versus Twitter. In order to do so, here we are starting at bsky.app. And if you're unfamiliar with BlueSky, BlueSky is actually made by the original CEO of Twitter. So Blue Sky is in many ways the new Twitter, whereas the previous Twitter is now x.com, which if you go to twitter.com, it is going to bring you to X. And what are the primary differences between the two? Well, with X, you do have more features, namely the Grok feature, which is an AI chatbot which actually pulls from the X ecosystem in order to be able to respond to your questions and queries. And one of the selling points of Grok is that it has very up-to-date information that it uses to respond. You also have the premium option when it comes to X. So if you want to subscribe to X, then you become eligible for monetization and a variety of other things. You get larger reply boosts. You get a check mark that indicates that you are verified, and you have a few other things that you have that you can take advantage of as well. Comparing this with Blue Sky, Blue Sky is a much more stripped down version of X. And if you're familiar with Twitter, it is really quite similar to what Twitter used to look like. The blue aesthetic, just the basic setup, it is all very, very similar to Twitter if that is what you are familiar with. The other primary difference between the two tends to do with the political bias that is generally accepted of the two sites, where Twitter/X has really become known to be more right wing in its leanings, whereas Blue Sky is very much left wing in its leanings. And a lot of people who found themselves kind of ostracized by X/Twitter when Elon Musk took over moved over to Blue Sky, and it has become sort of a go-to. If you are more left-leaning in your opinions, then you might want to stick with Blue Sky. Whereas with X, it tends to be considered more right-leaning in its opinions, but that's up to you to decide what you think of that. That's just the basic information that's out there at the moment. As far as the difference between the two of them, they really are quite similar. If you just look here at the interface, you're going to see that, I mean, there's really not that much of a difference. I would say that X has more features, but if you are looking for something that's a little bit more simple in its presentation and is a smaller pool of people who are logged in with X or signed up with X, then you might want to, with Blue Sky, it's a smaller pool of people who are signed up with Blue Sky at this moment. And it does tend to lean a little bit more left when it comes to its political opinions. But that's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe for more helpful tips.